Alright, hey guys, I hope you're all enjoying your holiday so far. I know I am, but I figured I'd do a couple of mystery unboxings here for you guys because I know quite a few of you really enjoy these videos, and I know I enjoy them because, well, I get to open up some packages. So, I got 3 different ones here for you, and let's start with one that's a video game. The last one I'm going to show you is actually some memorabilia or merchandise for a certain video game. Before I open this up, though, I'll give you some hints. This is a video game that has appeared now on 2 different systems. Well, alright, here's another hint. It would include 3 systems if you include a Tiger handheld, if you wanted to go that far. But this game here is also on the PlayStation 2. It's also on the Sega Saturn. And here's the hint that's definitely going to give it away to all of you that would know this otherwise. It's a Christmas-themed video game. So, let's open this up and find out what it is. I have here for the Japanese Sega Saturn a used copy, because I could already see a crack in the case, but that's okay because it was like super cheap. A used copy of Christmas Nights. Or some call it Christmas Nights into Dreams. Got a couple of cracks in the case, but that's okay because it wasn't that expensive and I can find a replacement jewel case, no problem. But what this is here, it did come out in the US and the UK a year later, but it takes 2 levels from the original Nights into Dreams, the Sega Saturn version, and themes them around Christmas. Now the really cool thing is, depending upon what month it was, if it was November or January, it would sort of just add a winter theme to the game. But if you played this in December, going according to the system clock on the Sega Saturn, it would theme it with Christmas music, including Jingle Bells music, and the characters in the game were like skinned as elves, which would be the Nighttopians in here. Items were turned into like Christmas boxes, but it was a really cool little Easter egg, I guess you can say. It's not quite an Easter egg, but if you played it in December, which most people probably do, you get a little extra bonus. I've never actually played this before, and I do know that it is an unlockable bonus on the PS2 version of Nights into Dreams, which was only released in Japan. But you have to unlock that, you have to beat the whole game, so I figured just to make things really easy, I might as well just buy the Japanese version. So, it's only 2 levels, it's not the entire game, but definitely a really cool pack-in. In Japan, let me just make sure I get this right. In Japan, this was packed in with Japanese, like the Sega Saturn consoles, so it wasn't sold separately or anything, it was packed in with the consoles. And in the UK, this was not packed in with a magazine. In the US, it was packed in with a Sega Saturn magazine as like a pack-in disc, and a couple other magazines too. In the UK, I quite honestly forget how they gave it away, but it wasn't a retail game, so pretty cool. Alright, moving on to the next game here. This one here really surprised me. Out of nowhere, a couple of people had posted about this game being available on Twitter, so that's how I came to find out about it. Those of you, here's the first hint, those of you that are in the UK and stuff, or you have this game. There's no problem finding this game out there. But those of us in the US missed out on this game. It's released on the Nintendo DS, and it's a port of a computer game from the late 1980s. So I'm sure some of you might have guessed this. It's quite infamous for being known as a game that quite literally ripped off and made fun of Super Mario Brothers. I'm sure a lot of you know what this is, but some of you that might have figured it out might be quite surprised to see exactly what version of the game this is. It is the great Giana Sisters, or known as on the DS, the Giana Sisters DS. But this is the US version. This game had been, it was never released in the US, and there were no plans ever shown or announced to bring this over to the US, so it was exclusive to the UK and stuff. So, out of nowhere, Newegg.com starts selling this game brand new for $14.99. So I found out about that on Twitter, and I went over and picked up a copy right away, free shipping. But yeah, it was never, I even went on the official website for this game, and even there's no signs of this game ever being released in the US, so I guess, who's this published by? It looks like it's published by Destineer, yeah, and developed by Spellbound Games. But this is a remake of the Commodore 64 version of the game, obviously graphically enhanced, but it is a side-scrolling platformer that bears a very close resemblance to Super Mario Bros. I'm talking very close. Check out some gameplay videos, and it's quite funny. But supposedly this is actually a really fun game. You play as the Giana Sisters on the back here. Run and Jump cult classic from the 1980s is back. Giana has returned. Get ready for her biggest adventure yet as she braves a fantastic dream world in search of her lost diamonds. Take on a band of menacing enemies as Giana makes her way through 80+ levels, unleashing a mighty arsenal of power-ups along the way. So I've heard this is a really good game. It was very expensive to import this game for quite some time. You're talking like at least $60. So luckily this drove the price down. Definitely looking forward to checking this out. Alright. And lastly here, this is not a video game, it's a merchandise for a video game. Granted I have taken this out of the box, but it's still in the bubble wrap, so I haven't taken a look at this yet. My first hint would be, it's a game that came out this year for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I actually reviewed this game. I made a video review of it. It is a very artsy game, very flashy, very artsy. So I'm sure a lot of you have figured out what that is. And let me just open it up for you here. Take the bubble wrap off. It is a set of 3 boxes, so the entire set of these little miniature chibi figures for El Shaddai. I saw these and I was like, wow, I gotta have that, because I really enjoyed the game and I especially love the art style and the wacky characters, so when I saw this I was like, oh, I gotta have that. I'm probably going to keep them all sealed up in the box, but as you can see there, it features all the characters from the game, or all the major characters, I should say. And here's the last box. So, yeah, if any of you have not played El Shaddai yet, definitely check this game out. It's got an amazing art style. I had some problems with the gameplay, but overall, it's totally worth playing. One of the sleeper hits of the year. And these figures are pretty cool. They're chibi figures, but they have really large heads and small bodies, but they're very well detailed. The boxes themselves are really nice because it's got some great artwork on the sides. And it's got some shiny foil design on there as well. So very nice design on the boxes. Weren't too expensive. I think the set cost me like $50 or something like that. So don't see too much El Shaddai merch out there, so I had to jump on the chance when I saw this online. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the mystery unboxing videos. I got quite a few more videos coming up here for you guys, and I'll see you all soon.